What's going on, guys? It's Andrew here. I just got back from the gym and I've decided I'm going to be making a video on cracking WEP encryption, which basically WEP is uh, router passwords, like to gain access to anybody's router. I'm going to be talking about how you could defend yourself from that and the different types of encryptions, including the one that I use, which it's still crackable, but it's really, really, really fucking hard for somebody to crack it. I've tried it. Millions of people or thousands of people have tried it. It's pretty much impossible to crack it, but it's possible, but not likely to happen because it's really hard to do so. So pretty much, first I'm going to be talking about what is WEP. WEP is the most basic security password that you could use for your router. A lot of routers by default come with the WEP encryption. As soon as you get your router from, for example, I have Verizon files when we got it like 6 years ago or whatever. If you look on the side of the router, most routers that come with WEP already on it, it tells you exactly the key to it, which is fucking stupid in the first place. But there's a lot of routers as well, and a lot of people that have their routers completely unprotected, meaning anybody could log into their internet and use their internet as they please. Sort of what you see at Starbucks, McDonald's, and airports. I always tell people never to log into that shit unless you absolutely need to, but in this day and age, you shouldn't have to log into shit like that because you have your phones. Come on, guys. You guys have smartphones. Use your LTE, but anyways, I know that me saying this, people are still going to not listen to me and they're going to still log into like Starbucks and shit like that. So what happens if somebody has access to internet, for example, Starbucks? I'm going to use that as an example. If you are on a network with a bunch of computers, that's basically what a network is, a bunch of computers using the same internet. Somebody could be using Kali Linux, which is right here, and I might make a video maybe in the future about how you could pretty much hack into any computer that's on the same network as you are, because as I said before, Kali Linux has a ridiculous amount of exploits. It's crazy, There's so much shit that you could do here. I might make little videos here and there. Sorry, excuse me. But for now, it's just WEP. So, like I said, with Kali Linux, for example, if you're on the same network as I am, I would say, I'm sorry, you guys, but about 80 to 90% of the people that I come across, guys and girls, mostly girls, they're pretty fucking stupid when it comes to technology. I'm really sorry, you guys, but it's the fucking truth. Most people just know how to fucking turn on a computer and log into Facebook, and that's about it, and maybe pay their bills. They don't know about cleaning the computer. They don't know about closing ports, which many computers come with so many open ports. And with Kali Linux, if we're on the same network, like I said before, I could use a program called Armitage to gain access to your computer through open ports, and then I could pretty much destroy your computer. If somebody is that malicious, they could just delete your system 32 and goodbye to your computer, and you can't do anything about it. Or they could look at your files, a lot of things, but that's for another time. Right now, let's just keep in track of cracking these WEP passwords. So how do you protect yourself against this? You want to use WPA, which is the best one of the best types of encryptions. That's what I use. That's what many people use that I know, that actually know their shit about, internet and cracking and hacking and all that shit. So sometimes people tell me, well, how do I go about changing the encryption on my router? Well, the answer to that is every ISP, internet service provider, has a completely different way of how you log into your router. So for me, I just got to open, Mozilla Firefox, or for you people that are that are that don't use Mozilla Firefox and you guys are still stuck on Internet Explorer for whatever reason, you could do it through that too. I'm not going to get in depth how to do that. You could Google it. That's really, really, really easy to do. And I always tell people, if you don't even know what type of encryption you have on your router, then you gotta fucking find out. You don't use WEP. Don't have your router completely open. The last thing I'm gonna say before I get into this cracking is there is a law that says that you're supposed to secure your fucking internet, you know, so that people don't just log into it and do malicious things. Did you guys know that if you have a wide open connection and somebody logs into it, and does malicious things, you will be the one that will go to prison or jail, because by law you're supposed to secure your internet connection. So anyways, let's get started. What I did is I reset my router. Every router has a reset button on the back of the router. So I reset my router and I put it to WEP. I put a really long password so you could see, because a lot of people say, well, if I use a really long password, there's no way anybody could crack it, and that's pretty fucking stupid, because I'm going to show you guys right now. I used a pretty long password, but like I said, if you're using WEP, it doesn't matter how fucking long your password is, it's going to be cracked. That's it. Point blank. Don't fucking use WEP. So for example, let's see. So I'm going to use, as you guys saw, you know, I wrote down all the commands, because typing them is just, you know, and I know it's script kiddie-ish, but just for the sake of this video, I want to go fast. I don't want to spend too much time on something, you know, this simple. This is just for people that already have Kali Linux installed. Maybe you want to just test your own internet. Maybe you're going to be an asshole and you're going to crack other people's internet, which, you know, I'm gonna put a disclaimer. This is for educational purposes only. If you choose to do that, that's, you know, you're on your own, and I have no responsibility for what the fuck you're gonna be doing. So we're gonna start with the command airmon ng start LAN 0, and as you guys see, it's gonna put my wireless card right here, my external wireless card in monitor mode, as you guys saw yesterday when I did the video on how Lizard Squad took down the internet. It's kind of similar, but it's just different commands. So now I'm going to use aerodump -ng space mon0 to find my internet, like my router that I'm going to be cracking to gain access to it. So we're gonna do start, and I already changed the name of it by default. Let me just wait a little bit so that it could find it. So it found it. It's so right there, and it's gonna be, where is it? It's right here. See, WEP. So after that, I'm gonna do aerodump -ng, paste, aerodump -ng, and then we're going to choose the channel -c space, the channel that this router is on, which mine will be channel 1, and then we're going to do -w for the file that we're going to write, and I'm going to call it poop 24. Sorry, I don't know what else to call it right now, so just poop 24, and then I'm gonna go space and dash as you can see. Oops, sorry, dash fuck, this sucks typing with this shit. And then it's BSSID, and you know, I talked about this yesterday on the video I made, and the BSSID is right here. Copy, paste, and then we're gonna do mon0, which is the card that's gonna be, you know, that we're using. Click enter. As you can see, this is the screen right now. And basically what you're seeing right now is my card is sending poisonous packets, which are pieces of information, to the router, and then the router sends information little by little back to the antenna. And then those packets that the router is sending back to me, the password is on there, bits by bits. The way I see it, it's sort of like torrents. You know, when you download a torrent, you're downloading little bits of information. For example, you download a song from a torrent site, like the Pirate Bay that got shut down. You know, rest in peace, Pirate Bay. Basically, people don't understand what torrent is. Torrent is, for example, there's a song, let's say a Justin Bieber song that you want to download from the torrent. So there's what, like 30 million people that were using the Pirate Bay monthly. So you get a little bit of information, a little bit of the piece of the song from one computer, then a little bit of the piece from another computer, and that's what a torrent site, and this is kind of like what's going on right here, is getting little bits of information from the router by sending it poisonous packets. Now, if I just leave it like this could take up to 4 hours to get the password, but I know commands, which I will type right now. You will see the commands, and I'm going to speed up. So the data, in order to to get the password, you need to have at least 20,000 packets. I'm at 80. You know, at this rate, like I said, it's going to take forever, but you know, I know what I'm supposed to do. So in another terminal that I'm going to open, I'm going to do the command air replay, which is right here. Copy, paste it right here, and then I'm going to do -1. Oops, that's an A. -1, then 0, then -A, which is, you know, it's telling the antenna to send like a shit ton of packets to speed up the process of getting that password. And then I'm going to put the BSSID, copy, paste, and then mon 0. Click enter. And as you can see, it says sending authentication request, authentication successful. And so it's basically, it's just saying, yes, Andrew, we just did what you asked us to do. So right now it just got it's going to send a bunch of packets. I just need to put one more command. So we're going to do air replay. And you'll see how fast the data is going to climb. You know the, oops. The fuck was that, nigga? Copy. Go back to this terminal. Paste. So I did air replay ng -3 -B, and then the BSSID just one more time. It's right here. Copy, paste, and mon 0. Enter. And as you can see, it's getting the packets together. And look at the data. Look at that shit. See, look at that, 800, 900. See, so I'm basically sending with the command a shit ton of packets, like thousands. Look, I'm at 11,000. So I have to wait till this climbs, you know, to like 20,000, which should be in about 30 seconds or 3 minutes, who knows. But I'll just talk a little bit about the encryptions that you should be using so that this doesn't happen to you. And I'm also going to be talking about WAR driving, W-A-R driving, and I'm going to talk about what that is. So like I said, WPA is the encryption that you should be using, you guys, because you guys don't want this to happen to you. You guys don't want to get fucking owned like this. WPA is still crackable, which I will make another video. And the way you crack that is fucking badass. When you guys see this, when I decide to make that video, you guys are gonna be like, whoa, that's pretty cool. So now word driving, this is like a hobby that a lot of people do for some fucking reason. Word driving is people that go driving around in their cars with an antenna, like kind of like what I have. Like the antenna that I have up here. And sorry, I just have to copy something. And they'll check to see how many people have open connections to hack and to hack the computers in those connections, or to do whatever malicious shit that they're trying to do. So we're almost at 20,000, so it's time to get this shit to get the password. So we're gonna do air crack, which is another program, -ng, and then the name of the file that I made, which is, what is it? Poop24. Let me just do something really quick because I don't want to fuck this shit up. Let me open another terminal and see exactly how it's written. So I'm going to type ls, and here it is. Where is it? Poop24 cap right here. You want to do poop2401.cap. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to close this. And so I'm going to do paste. And then I'm going to click enter. And as you can see, it found the key. It found the fucking password. As you see, guys, this is what I was telling you. So that right there, it tells you key found. And that's the complex ass password that I used, 15.d1.dd.22. I really try to make it hard just to show you guys how it doesn't matter how long or whatever you put. If you use WEP, it's gonna get cracked. So now I'm gonna show you guys how I'm gonna log into that internet connection. So let's just copy that just to have it. So I'm going to stop sending the packets because we already got the password. So Control-C will stop it. Over here, Control-C, stop that. Close this. Let me stop. Let me see. Air mon dash ng. Let me stop the monitor mode. So air mon dash ng stop space mon 0.